Alright, welcome back. So, last part, we managed to build to both Harper's Ferry and Washington. We ended up taking out a loan, or bond, just because we're not going to be playing this for very long, and it's not that big of a deal. So, we could just go ahead and rush up to Philadelphia. That honestly might be what we do. I definitely think this guy we are going to go ahead and replace. Hopefully we don't get another new engine. But yeah, this stuff is going to go ahead and be heading up to Relay. Speaking of, we should probably go ahead and just double track this part right here. Okay, it's recognizing that we're in... we made it to Harper's Ferry. Go ahead and build that. So, I think our sort of next goal is going to be figuring out the best way to get up to Philly. So, unfortunately, we are going to have to deal with some grades. It's just inevitable. It's going to happen. Specifically around, like, rivers. Generally, most likely. So, do that. We probably could or should have done was built through Wilmington instead. So we will probably need to just do a little... could we technically connect like that? Technically, but we wouldn't get very much. I still think it's better to just build into Wilmington. I don't know. I tend to build a little too fast, probably. So we will need to let time go on. Something we should probably go ahead and do is actually buy another train. Oh, right. So it always keeps whatever your last train that you built, I think. So if there's anything that has, you know, a lot of cattle, which I'm pretty sure there's not. Huh. Really not. There's not a lot of anything, to be honest. Honestly, just do that. You have to find something to take, otherwise it's kind of pointless. Well done. Alright, so we did get the silver. I think this is the only one that I've really ever gotten the gold for, to be completely honest. It's actually kind of hard to get gold in some of these. So you can always tell if a cart is empty, if it's a little more, its opacity is down a little. So that's not really good, which kind of tells me that we need to cut back on how many passengers we should be taking out of Baltimore. So yeah, I think at this point we're probably going to get the gold. Depending on like how much this train makes. This is heading to Relay. It's definitely not as much as it was from Baltimore to Washington, that's for sure. Got about 3 years. Stone birches not a thing yet? I thought they were by this point. Guess not. Huh. Interesting. So there are different types of bridges. So default one is wooden bridges, which can't be upgraded to double track, and it slows the train a lot. It slows the train down a lot. Stone bridges don't slow the trains down, and it can be built into a 2-track, double track. And then the steel bridges, which are a lot later, and we're definitely not getting. Oh, okay. Baltimore Bullet, sure. I guess. So, you have a little bit of time. So we can go ahead and just make a new train getting from Wilmington down to Baltimore. So let's see. Wilmington has virtually nothing at the moment. Now that could change. It will produce food after we take some grain here. I'm going to go ahead and send at least 2, or at least a passenger and a mail cart, just because I think Wilmington will go ahead and start producing stuff. So since we only need to just build to Philadelphia, we don't really need to worry too much about just how awful this track is. Okay, we don't have enough money. The bridges cost a lot of money. The grade is just awful. But again, not important. All we need to do is make sure that we get there. May of 37, a little bit more time. Prussian. Now, I'm pretty sure the Prussian is probably train, I think? I don't know. It's been a while. I was never quite sure what the best trains were, but I think the type of trains that we currently have are fairly decent of the very early game trains. Nice. Alright. That might be enough to get us over the Philadelphia. only see the one red, which is fine. Nope, not enough. Really. Now I'm gonna lose. Track building in this game can be so finicky. Go with that for now. So, the reason why I double track some of this stuff is it makes it a little easier for the trains. If ideally everything should be double tracked, so that trains aren't getting stopped as they go between places. But at the very least, double tracking on the stations will... Right. Telegraph poles are also really good to have. Will at least allow two trains coming from different ways to stop in the same station. So specifically it's helpful like in Relay and Baltimore because those are our high traffic areas. So water's doing fine, sand's doing fine, and they'll get replenished at Baltimore, so it should be fine. Since we did get telegraph poles, those might be worth buying right now if we had the money. At least in Baltimore or Relay, just because of the turnaround. Got about 2 more years before we need to try and finish this. I think we'll be fine. I'd be very surprised if we couldn't make it to Philadelphia at this point. And again, since we don't need to take however many loads to Philadelphia, I believe we'll be fine. Okay, nice. One is getting pretty close to Washington here. Plenty of passengers. Now, if we had the time, or if we, had the ambition, we could double track all of this stuff and really get like more and more money. So, yeah, definitely the bond is starting to take its toll. I can kind of already tell. That's why I normally wouldn't do that. If, I was playing this for a much longer period of time. But yeah. Hey, there we go. Yeah. We just needed to connect Philadelphia. I don't feel bad about taking out the bond. Marvelous job. Your victory will set the stage for all who follow. The board of directors has awarded you a gold medal in recognition of your feat. Your game has been saved as After 01. Okay. do you wish to keep playing the current game? Personally, I can't like move around and just kind of show everything off, but we can kind of see here. So, start in Baltimore, get the relay, get down to Washington, took a bond just so we could get Harper's Ferry, and some boost from Baltimore to Washington gave us enough to get up to Philadelphia. So, really not, I mean, it's the first challenge, so it's really not that hard. Even I could get a gold in it, so that should tell you something. So we'll probably do maybe like 1 or 2 more of these, and then sort of do what we do with, or what we've been doing with, Roller Coaster Tycoon, and just kind of take a break, come back every once in a while. Hopefully you've enjoyed this, and let me know if you want to see some more. I really like Tycoon and City Builders are obviously some of my favorites, because probably the ones that get the most hype on this channel. Alright, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.